If you're alive. Look at some of the stuff. Yeah, we did pretty good tonight. We're getting really close to BPOG. Just a matter of getting there consistently. We still have issues with limit cut, which people just need to keep practicing and studying and watching reviews and things like that, and watching POVs. That's like the best thing you can do for that in Sim. Doodling is working. Alright, so let's go ahead and start looking at some stuff. Just going to be focusing mostly on limit cut and BJCC tonight. Again, just like yesterday. See what we got. Waited a little bit because we have 30 minutes late. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. It's about an hour into the whenever I started the stream, but I also started a little earlier. Alright, so let's look and see what we got. First couple of holes were meme holes because Eva had to learn shield healer spots, but after that, started looking pretty good. Alright, so let's see what we got in the limit cut. 3. Whatever happens, happens on the other side. Can't tell. Somebody dies and then it all just goes downhill. I can't really tell what happened there, so I can't give you an honest breakdown of how to adjust for that. Alright, let's see what happens on BJCC. Somehow get people up and try and recover from it. Offerings come out. In. First water is not me. Very rarely had anything but first water tonight. So, yep, pretty good. So the healers and the two ranges stand together. Then you move out. Pretty much just sitting here waiting for enumerations at this point. Just a lot of taint damage going out because of earthen missiles and things like that. And then you guys cross each other up in Nisi's. The Nisi bumper car is like the most annoying thing on this phase. So let's see. So both it's the melee and the samurai. They both both of the melee get it. And they're both trying to keep their uptime and keep their rotations up is what happens. So they're super overlapped. So it's kind of cursed a little bit. So that probably leads to this. Yeah, then whenever they finally do pull apart, people are out of position and we're not expecting it. So try and separate sooner. I know you're trying to keep uptime and stuff and keep your spells rolling and things like that, but we'll meet the DPS check. If you can do this phase, then the DPS check is not that bad. Even to the point where you're probably going to skip final whirlwinds with current gear and current food. So I wouldn't worry about trying to keep meet the DPS check or falling behind during rage or anything like that. Focus on doing mechanic until you learn it for the first time. That one is just because the enumerations were on top of each other for so long, and then people bumper car trying to adjust whenever they finally separated. Let's see what's going on here. We meme for a while. Here's limit cut. Start looking at it from here. And 3 again. This looks like a clean limit cut. Clean. Good, everybody comes in, heal, shields. Earth phase, divination, all that. So let's see what happens here, what goes wrong. There's whirlwind. Opposition and star, and then head out. You guys top up as much as I can. Back in. Yeah, this is, so let me see what happens here. This happened a couple times. There is a dot tick associated with Nisi, so look at it, see what happens. Ideally, you have shields up for this part. You have EPROG in some way, shape, or form as a stage, and then the dot tick heats into the shields and gives me a second to catch. That's a regen heal. Yeah, I don't see any shields. I don't see Eucrasian Prognosis, so it kind of needs to be a thing. Eucrasian Prognosis needs to be out, because then like the dot ticks instantly and people fall over at 1, and I can't. It's like a split second. The shields need to be a buffer there. So, yeah, I don't see EPROG falling off of me. Oh, wait, there it was. I don't know, it's like super cursed depending on the server tick and the dot. So I'm gonna listen to... That works. Listen to some Mega Man. See what happens. I'll slow it down. Well, I've got EPROG. Looking at it, a lot of other people don't have EPROG, like the Machinist doesn't have EPROG. I can tell if the Black Mage has too many debuffs for me to tell, but I would assume they don't have EPROG. Dark Knight doesn't have EPROG, so some people it fell off on, it looks like. So yeah, you come in, Hot Blaster. Comes out, there's that, and like they dropped a 1 and then they instantly just fall over. Like it's really hard for me to catch that, so that's why like shields have to be up for Photon, like big or decently sized shields. Like, not saying like crit low or anything like that, but shield should be up so that the dot eats into that first before it gives me a second to cast a Helios or something to keep you guys up. Yeah. I think that one was just, looked like half of the party didn't have EPROG from looking at the party list going in. Keep on looking. Let me see what happens on Limit Cut here. I think this is a 1 being slow. Yeah, so this is why you gotta sprint and you gotta walk out to the edge, and as soon as you see the explosion you cut in and start walking into it, because PC is dropped right here. Remember, you don't want to be like anywhere around this area, because then he starts getting weird and he like dashes this way into the cone sometimes, because his model is not where his hitbox is. So CC being dropped here, like you've got this little tiny like sliver right here realistically that you can stand in to bait it, so it's kind of cursed. So this is why one needs to sprint and be there like super fast. Yeah, like Duke had that tiny little sliver, and then again that's that thing we talked about yesterday where if you're that far up under CC, then any like change in your position is going to wildly affect the way that he dashes. Like you could straight under him, so like step over here and suddenly this dash goes from like here to out here, which is what puts me in the half. DC like cuts into the wall because of that, so yeah, you gotta be fast. One, as soon as you see it and you see the first explosion, you sprint. You sprint where it is and you cut into the second one and haul ass to make it to that third slice. Showed that multiple times in yesterday's video, so I'm not really going to go over that like again. If you want to see that, then that's in the YouTube playlist. Like, as soon as you see the second one, you cut into it and you start sprinting through it. That happens. Looks like a recent pull. Dead. Alright. Any limit cut memes on this one? Breathe again. This might, I can already look, tell this is gonna be scuffed because of one, like, oh, no, they make it. Dark Knight, super lucky right there. I don't know what happens there. Somehow that gets pointed in. Let me see if I can see why that gets pointed in. Like, you should never... So CC always appears behind you, so like, or where your character's looking. So if your character's looking slightly inward like this way, the cleave is going to come out and probably going to smack the other group because the other group is moving in between the two explosions on the other side. Oh, what happens here? Like that, like you should never cleave down this way like that. Should always be pointing straight ahead. I don't know what happened there, why that happened. I don't think Duke was 8 though, so I think we got lucky. So I don't know why that happened, but you guys should always be facing like straight ahead, not inward, not outward, or else the cleaves start getting dangerous to where they're going to kill people. Out. Priming star for Photon. Got in. Duke gets cleaved. Didn't see why. So should put this at 0.5 and look at it. I think it's north-south. So for BJ tank, if it's ever north-south like this, the melee are going to be able to just come with you and hug BJ the entire time and keep up time. So if it's ever like this, you usually, like, if it's east-west, I usually just like do a quick little movement here, but you have to exaggerate it a lot more and go further out if you're BJ tank, so that the melees can come out here and be safe from the north-south cleave as BJ tank. Play what happens. Yeah, Duke is trying to walk. You gotta... He's still there. I'll get snapshot into it. He was actually alright. That was a weird bait. That one went really wide, but that's why you exaggerate the move too, just in case there's like any like weird baits like that, because sometimes they do pop up like that. One, I'm trying to get Duke up and I think I just fall behind. That one's on me. I could have detonated Star. Duke dies. I'm trying to swift him. Or no, I'm not trying to swift him. I don't know why I didn't detonate Star, but Equation Prognosis is on just like everybody. I'm willing to bet the Dark Knight, and look at, I don't have it myself, but whatever. It looks like it's on most people from what I can see. I see Equation Prognosis on most people here. So this is why you want the shield, because it gives you this little buffer zone that the dot is going to eat to. Like you can barely, like, hard to see with all the bitrate and stuff. They have decent little bars here. That gives me enough time to detonate Star and do like a quick heal to get you guys up. I was trying to prime it and I hit Helos instead of Star. That one was kind of scuffed because of the chakram dodge, and then I was slow in detonating Star in that hole. The weird doll memes. I'm gonna take a look at that over the week too and figure out why we're getting like overlapping exhaust and things like that. There's something weird going on there, because it didn't really happen that much yesterday. Today it was like a lot of our wipes were from that. I'm really trying to just focus on limit cut and BJCC right now though, since that's like the proc point that we need to be looking at for next week. Cut. Do. So this is, well, CC comes out in a weird spot, but it's not the end of the world. I just take a step back and I adjust to it. This is... Those are really weird. Like, he was so far ahead, and then the 3 was really, or the 6 was super far behind him. Yeah, Duke, like, I think she does what I'm doing, I'm assuming. She, like, looks at her partner and then, like, just keeps a couple steps behind him so that wherever happens, like, happens. If you die to explosion, it's on the person in front of you for being slow. So I think she's trying to adjust, or stay behind him, and then he just, like, pops his sprint and tries to get up here or into this explosion. And she doesn't have the time, so her bait doesn't go, like, here. It kind of comes out here a little bit because she doesn't really have the time to get in position. So, yeah. So just, you gotta, like, move into the explosions as much as you can and keep speeding. I don't know how I get hit there, but Mick doesn't. Well, right. Goes to BJCC phase. I feel like listening to Blaze Blue. So pretty standard, keep them on top of each other. Some chakrams, step out, north-south, so again, you want to, as your BJCC tank, you want to come like over here and exaggerate it so that the melee can travel with you and keep up time on BJ. It also keeps them safe from any weird baits, because some of them do come out weird even if you're standing in the right spot. Yeah, I detonate star here. Works out much better. I don't know why I didn't detonate star the last time. It's one first water, so again, just this point, melee you're gonna stick on him, and the other healer and the 2 range are gonna come down here and soak water. Alright, so next thing that needs to happen, I need to I'm gonna top everybody up, and then I need to bait lightning with the tank, and second water needs to go to Bravo after enumerations. Spam healing up the tanks. Step out to the side. So at this point, water needs to get here, and first water healer needs to like come up here and stand right here with the tank. So like I said earlier, priorities, the machinist needs to have a clear route to go down to the CC tank and bait mines with the CC tank, and healers need priority wherever they go, because they have to either make it here and top up people before they take the water stack, or they have to like get up here right next to the tank. So ice is right here after this pass. Melee need to kind of like shimmy down here a little bit, because usually the path that I take and most healers and PF will take, will just walk up the side of it and go stand on the eastern side of the arena with the BJ tank. Yeah, you guys kind of like block me off, and it ended up being an easy pass. So again, healer comes down here, and you guys got to give priority to the healer, because the healer, if they don't make it up here and soak this in time, it's a wipe. This tank is dead, and lightning going off instantly wipes the rest of their raid. The melee kind of need to like shimmy over here when they're not touching each other, and then kind of like, it's kind of cursed because I know there's the frost bubble right there. We take lightning together. We stand down. Then again, like the toolbox calls out, healers should have, like I see Duke kind of inching this way, healers should have priority to go through the hitbox per the toolbox too. Healers need to go down and get in their position, the HHD, so that people can see where they need to pass. So I pass with Duke, trying to like bounce away from him, and we end up both passing. Does Duke have? Yeah, Duke needed purple, and he's not going to get it, so it's over. So yeah, melees being over here is going to help a lot, because the healer needs that east side of BJ, and then cut down inside. So that was going to be a wipe regardless, because we didn't have the way to properly EC pass. That's what I was talking about, giving the machinist priority and giving the healers priority over all their movements. Like they should be moving in straight lines, and if you see them coming, you sidestep and try and get out of their way from whatever straight line they're moving on. And then once the healer passes you, can go back to dealing with passives or keeping your uptime or getting to the water soak or whatever you're doing. That stuff can all come later once the healers are in position, but if the healers don't make it to position, it's a white, like, the vast majority of the time. Good. Limit cut. 8. So at this point, 7 and 8 are just going to keep on walking. It doesn't really matter as long as they don't stay in an explosion, which pie slice they end up on, because you reinforce should be getting out of the side. Okay, kick. Everybody lifts them cut. Very good. Let's see what happens on this one. So this is a scenario where it's east-west, so I have to like kind of sidestep a little bit, not too much. Easy, come in. Easy pass, I am not water 1, so I go and stand off to the side. Let the water healer move in. There's tornado, get away from the tornado as soon as it spawns. After every water stack there is a tornado. If you stay too close to it, it'll tether you and it'll instantly kill you. Like there's no way to live it. I don't even think a tank can live it. Heals up. This is, yeah, the machinist doesn't make it. There's not really a whole lot to learn about that because the machinist has to come down here and bait this earthen mine and then like come up here, so it's actually super curse. Depending on if they need to flex over and be in there, because they have to like traverse the entire length of the arena. So that's again why the phys range needs like priority whenever they're moving and going places. You need to stay out of their way, because they have a lot that they're lot going on in BJCC phase. They have to deal with baiting mines, and they have to bait super jump later. The end of the phase. What happens here? 1. Yep, that's pretty good positioning for 1 bait. Eva gets right up against the pie slice. That's really good positioning as well. Wait, come in. So everybody, yep, this is another successful. So we did improve a lot on limit cut tonight. So thank you for that. Mostly cleaning up a couple little things on BJCC at this point. Link up. After link up, the chakrams are locked in. You move out. Or south again. So again, the BJCC tank has to exaggerate a little bit so that the melee can keep up time, because they're gonna. Like even in PF, they're gonna walk with you. And Kai, I don't know. Like they're just slow getting back in. And if the tank goes down this phase, it's pretty cursed. Like CC tank already takes a lot of damage. It's very hard for them to also mitigate tanking BJ. So as soon as you see the orange lines, you go in. I think. So. I think I kind of see what happens. Kai has to come over here for east-west, and then they have to also travel along. So the right movement for this, for the BJ tank, to center up BJ for DPS or where the melee can reach him, they have to come in like straight to the center of the arena, then go up to their spot. So I think Kai sees like you two here, and like tries to come around here and do like weird movement that they're not used to. So try and let the... You got a lot of time, especially if you're gonna teleport to ley lines and stuff. So try and let the tank get in, because if the tank can drag him in here to like the exact center of this room, which most tanks want to, BJ tanks will want to do. They want to take him like right here and then come out. It allows the melee to keep up time. It helps you to like breeze past the DPS check. Yeah, Kai is just like, yeah, Kai is trying to move in. This shouldn't really happen. The tank needs to get down here and pull BJs. So this is just like more timing, and it delays Kai getting here. Kai takes Hot Blaster because of it. Yeah, tank goes down. It's like really hard to get back in recovery. Speed this up. CC tank dies to Spin Crusher. Then yeah, it's pretty much over at this point. Not really a whole lot you can do. So yeah, try and let the tank get in first. Let them walk their straight line in and center up BJ. Fine. Let it cut. I mean, for a little bit. I think this is the portion of the night where we start seeing a whole bunch of exhaust deaths. Yeah, it looks like it. Find the nice limit cut BJCC phase. We had a couple of really good ones that we like saw for the limit cut shield and other things. So, one. I mean, it can't work. Could have been really bad because the 2 is like away from the center of the ring and also like a little late. But it worked. Now everybody lows, so this is a good limit cut. So we had a lot more good limit cuts than bad limit cuts tonight, I would say. Let's see what happens here. Link up, Chalk comes after a link up. Wow. Come back in as soon as you see the orange Chalk and dash. Bar, explosion, easy peasy, best healer spell in the game. Sit here and wait for lightning or water staff to go off, get away from the water. Come in, top people off. At this point you're just waiting, so again, at this point I'm first water, so it means I have to go stand with the tank for lightning, and then who has water at this point? Is it Eva? It is Eva. Eva down here blending in, so Eva's gonna be over here at second water. The range. There is, I know we talked about it, like there is like strats where the melee can like stand in second water and make it a little bit more comfy, but it's like they have to sacrifice their uptime for it and it's kind of cursed. So this is again gets a little close here, but we managed not to do it. You gotta give the healer like this movement right here so that it can come stand with the tank. Luckily I'm like able to dodge it a little bit, but try and stay on the other side of BJ if you can. I know that the frost bubble's right here. It's a little easier said than done, but the healer should never be coming inside the hitbox, so as long as you know where the other melee is, like traveling through this hitbox and saying, ah, nice bubble, that's a option for you, like sitting behind him while those healers will just skirt around the side of it to avoid the melee. I get confused because see somebody else standing with him. I should have been moving in though. This is on me, I think. No? Oh no, I make it. I barely make it, but I make it. Yeah. At this point, this is too close. Like, you see how big it is? Like right here. You gotta be like down here. Because the frost puddle goes away right before the lightning, so you have enough time to move down and get out of the way. Yeah, he dies to crashing lightning. Then they die to straight up damage on water, I think. No, they live through water. I think it's lightning going off that kills people, because I don't get the lightning. It doesn't pass to me, it passes to Mick. And then he immediately dies, which sets it off. If it was just me standing there, it would pass to me. But because he was in there, it's a random thing. It's like the water. The water stack chooses a random player that's standing in it to pass to. And unfortunately, it chose him. So whenever he died from lightning damage, he's squishy caster, it just instantly sets off the lightning. I'm listening to Assassin's Creed tonight. Oh, that works. Yeah, I can run Persona School. Alright, taking a quiz. And the party kills us. We meme for a while. I know we have like a big stretch where we just meme on exhaust and like hand of partying and stuff. Let's see. This is Persona 5, right? Yeah, this is like the test taking quiz. Or quiz theme. This looks good. Any weaknesses? I think this is one of the ones where we make it. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, let's look at LC or limit cut. Let's needs to be like up here against this pizza slice. It's good. Yep, that's perfect. Perfect positioning. Gives me like the entire pizza slice to work with, and then come in. I don't know what happens to Duke here. Let me see. I might actually get to catch him. Trying to like figure out what we're still struggling with, because there are certain pulls where we had like limit cut deaths back to back to back to back. Like, it makes BJCC fade a lot harder. You have to like sit there and top up people and do a burst window and things like that. Like, it gets super cursed. It's a lot harder to recover if people die during, or a lot harder to recover because we also have to top up for jump kick or J kick, or else everybody's dead. Not sure why Duke dies here. Trying to see. And then I think he's a 3-4 and he's trying to cut in and be safe. Yeah, he must have been one of the 3 or 4s, and he tries to cut in after the last explosion. Okay, you don't have to be like right up next to the 3 or the 7 and 8 in that scenario. You can follow and trail behind him as long as you're not like a piece of slice behind him where you're gonna get hit by the hot blaster. Alright, just a second to change this from Yakuza. This one. Pretty standard, we're getting pretty good at this fart. I think drag him in. Yeah, a little scuffed. Should just be a straight shot for the tank to walk in. There's water. Vast majority of the pulls out was first water tonight. Move away from the tornado. Do we really? Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna worry about what just happened. I'll look at something just to see if what I think happened did happen. Yeah, never mind. You have to. Forgot that they can't get lightning. That's like super cursed for the Fizz range if they get lightning too. They have to like come up here, stand with the tank, and then like haul ass down to make it to bait their mine. Fizz range has like the hardest job out of all the DPS in this fight by far. So remember, you gotta get here to share lightning. So after the puddles drop, they need to like make a quick step back here. DPS melee should like already be coming down here to stand next to the frozen bubble so that the healer doesn't have to worry about collecting it, flipping with them. If there's issues passing the EC here. Then you guys both, yeah, you know, let me show you again. I'll slow it down so you can see how big lightning is. Like there, after you're done with an EC pass, like there's no reason you should not be down here. After EC pass, you should be like down here, like hanging out. There's no way that the healer's gonna come cut through the boss. They're always gonna do the same movement. They're gonna walk around the ring. Show you just how much space you need to give with the tank. We had it happen later too, where Duke somehow, I think he was also super close. So yeah, you both are standing right here. Should have been back here. Let's see. It's not. That's the effect. That's not how big lightning is. Easy pass. Whenever he starts putting his hands up is when the puddle disappears, if I remember right. Yeah, right there. It's already gone, even before he puts his hand up. So yeah, you're just good to just go stand down. You guys don't even have an EC, so you don't have to worry about bumping each other. Put it to 0.25 just to show how big this is. Right there, so see it. Pretty decent, but as long as you're like back here on the edge of his hitbox back here, you're not gonna get clipped. So it's pretty standard. Lightning passes to the healer. Healer comes and stands down here. Passes through the hitbox. Point it's here for flamethrower, the BJ tank. And then the melee just like sit here. After flare thrower, then they need to check, because they could also have the tank. So if it is the tank, they need to look at their debuffs right here and see if they need to walk over here and pass to him. If not, then they need to come down here. And after that pass, tank is going to point west. Start bringing it over for BPOG. So yeah, do I get compressed lightning? I do get compressed lightning, but it's like super scuffed. People are super low. Not ideal, people getting clipped. Like they could have potentially gotten lightning, and at that point you're pretty SOL. What happened? What happens to blue? Yeah, so you saw how big the water is for the melee. Have to go stand in there. They're gonna have to sacrifice up time. It does make it more comfy, and I know it is a strat that some statics do, but like there's no need to do that. The water stat doesn't hit that hard with enough people in it. Blue, I see the effect. This is the effect of it. So whenever you're next to a twister, gonna stick you with a tether that like follows you around, and it eventually explodes and does a big thing and instantly one-shots you. At this point we are tank, healer, healer, tank, so you need to look at your Nisi debuff. Like I'm purple, so let's see. My partner would have been Emiya. Emiya would have needed to come up here and take my purple from me. Or take purple from me and match it. That's what happens. I don't think blue had a Nisi. So this is technically still doable if we get him up in time. Yeah, Emiya needs to take my Nisi. Mick needs blue. I has orange. Needs blue. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it was because of the late pass, maybe? Oh no, never mind. Kyle will pass orange to whoever needs orange, and then during BPOG, Kyle will pick up blue. That would have been blue in this scenario. Sorry, it taking me a minute to remember. Mick takes the blue, and then Mick would have passed blue to Kai later. You can see who gets up. This is my bad, I sit on top of him. He doesn't have a debuff applied to him, so I'm not sure what it probably would not have resolved properly anyway. But he instantly picks up my purple, so this is on me. If I'm reviving somebody, I need to move off of them just so that I make sure. Emiya comes, picks up purple from me. Pass is complete. Limit cut shield is down. I could have been helping out there, but I was trying to recover and get blue back up and keep people topped off at this point. Healer damage on the shield does help a lot for limit cut shield. And then, so I'm coming down here, stand after the tank healer tank pass. See, I got like 3 seconds on my lightning to pass to the CC tank. And then water needs to be up here at Bravo again. Water with both of the ranges. Healer's enraged. See what happens. The 2-stack blue wasn't in it. So the 2 that were in it just fall over dead. See, blue's perfectly fine. He's like right on the edge of it. If he had taken another couple of steps back, that would have probably been something they could have lived through. I think Eva could have also jumped in on it since he is not the lightning healer. Yeah, the water stack killing people, not getting past properly kills us. So yeah, stay away from the water tornado and then make sure that you're inside the water stack bait range, or the water stack range. You have a pretty good amount of time before the tornado is active and starts killing people if they're standing next to it and tethering people. Whenever I get first healer, I'll show you just like, or first water healer, I'll show you just how much time I get away with whenever I'm moving out. Too. So, looking for 1, I see 1. 1 needs to be up against the thing. Super cursed, I have like no room, but I make it work. If you're like ever that far back, you just... as soon as you see him whip around and start like locking his snapshot on you, you just start moving so that you can hopefully stay ahead of the hot blaster right behind you. Like you have to start moving like and start walking through him as he's ashing you. Otherwise you're probably going to be so far behind that you're going to get hit like a hot blaster. Probably sprint too, but not needed. It's comfy. Okay. Hawkins go out. Pretty easy pattern on this one. Come back in. Star, best healing ability in the game. First water again, like vast majority of pulls out his water tonight, and then they tricked me and got me with second water on one of them. And I was in the wrong spot. It's one of first water, like you have a lot of time to like get away from the tornado before it's active. Like I sat there and I got another GCD hit out before I started walking away. Respect it, but you do have time to get away from it. Easy pass. I'm healer, so again I'm gonna do the walk to the side. Here's an easy pass. Yeah. Again, right before he sticks his arms up. See how much. You got like 2 seconds left whenever he sticks his arms up, so I would have just dropped my GCD here for a couple seconds and walked back to make sure that I get hit by lightning, because right before he throws his arms up, the frost bubble disappears. Preferable to drop a GCD than to take lightning like that. Pass it to me, so it's still like technically doable. We just had to res you, but it's not ideal. I don't know if you're dropping an EC off or picking your EC up. If you're dropping it off, then this is not bad. You just picked it up. Looks like Kai's about to... No. Kai still has an EC, so it's recoverable. I do it again. I sit on top of you. This is, yeah, so that's on me. Need to get better at that. Then CC tank dies. What does CC tank die? That's a one shot. I'm assuming that's Spin Crusher. Let me see what CC was casting up there. I think that's spin. He does another spin crusher here, which is like really annoying. No, this is the one where we don't DPS the limit cut shield. Yeah, if you don't kill a limit cut shield in time, that's what happens. It's basically an enrage. Like, he gets a damage up buff and he starts one-shotting everybody, starting with the CC tank and then everybody else that down the aggro list. Then there's that whirlwind. I know somebody was asking me about that. It's between the tank healer tank EC pass and lightning the water going off. Lightning water 3. But during tank healer tank, the limit cut shield is going off, so everybody needs to swap to that. And I'm also like an example of that. Somebody needs to swap because I'm sitting there like just trying to keep the tanks up and top party off. I could definitely be putting some Malefics into it and doing some additional damage. I don't think there's really a whole lot going on there for light damage after that point. Or during tank healer tank pass, if it's done properly. 8. You don't need to like be on a specific thing if you're 7 and 8, because the guys behind you should be moving in, so like as long as you're staying away from Hot Blast or somewhere, it doesn't really matter where you drop it. Not really any need for like sprinting or anything there. I know people get like a little stressed out and stuff by it. Kai dies to limit cut. It's pretty, like, this is hard to, yeah. Having that many people down during limit cut, like, it's harder, especially with one of them being a tank. Can't see what happened on that limit cut either, like why Kai died. What am I? I'll show you guys the one where I, like, run across the arena to get to my side in time. I don't recommend it, but like if you know what you're doing with the explosions and the rhythm, like it is, like I'll show you, it is doable to adjust, but you have to do certain things and wait for certain things, and you can't do it if you're a low number. Like 5 through 8, you can get away with it. But if you're anything else, it's probably no good. Or, no, it's not probably no good, it is no good. You will 100% not make it. It's also much harder because you have to deal with like the rotating explosions. Probably doable, but you'd have to like probably a better player than I am, honestly. Be able to make it if they're like a 3 or 4. If you're 1 or 2, it's you're probably not recovering. 3 and 4 might be able to get away with it if they move in time. 5 through 8 definitely can. Wait for the right things. But again, get it right the first time. Don't like rely on it. I'll show you how to do it in a little bit though. So 5. That's the one that I do it on? No. It's one where I'm 5, I remember that. Walking next to him. Yeah. 5 and 6. Take theirs. Keep walking, wait for the explosion in the middle, cut in. Easy game. And 2-minute burst, uptime. Keep them on top of each other, start dropping gravities and all the other AoE attacks. What is this? Final Fantasy 12. Knockers at 8. Pretty standard so far. I don't see anything glaringly bad. Our best healing ability game. This one is, I think this is the one where I fuck up because it's like I'm never over here. I'm like here the vast majority of the pulls tonight. So like on muscle memory, I think I'm lightning healer. Walk away. In fact, I am just standing in the second water stack. Just like a lot of muscle memory, because as you've seen from all the BJ stuff that we've shown so far, and like I got first water like damn near every pull of the night. Yeah, I come up here and stand. There's Eva's dead because just rolling up. So Eva and I need to swap places. Eva needed to be here, but I came here and I confused her probably because again I muscle memory myself into this point. I need to be over here, like standing kind of right here. Or actually more ideally right here where Eva is, so I can reach the CC tank. Eva dies. Yeah. So that's on me. And then me being off forces Eva off. I do get second water healer like later in the night a couple times, and I do adjust to it, so I do know what I'm doing there. It's just muscle memory, because I'm not paying attention. I'm 6, right? Yeah, I'm 6. Move in here and I wait. As long as you're somewhere in the pizza slice and you start moving, like you'll be safe. Alright. Time, 2-minute burst, all that stuff. Okay, over this. Chakrams, they're east-west, so I do move over a little bit. Give it a little bit of birth, because sometimes they do get a little weird. And this is, yeah, that's really, this is the one we were talking about, like, what? So the way that healing works, it's like, it'll go down the list, like, randomly from like I'm not sure what it's based on, but based off of like the server and everything, like AoE heals will move down the list and like not apply to everybody at the same time. You'll watch, you'll see it happen, it'll like move down the list. So there's the Nisi dot, remember, so everybody's at 1, it pops Stellar Explosion, and you see like it starts popping people up one at a time, like in rapid succession. But because it's like popping all these people up first and going down the list, like he must have been like last or something. Then Nisi just straight kills him before Star reaches him. Unfortunate. That's about the way the spaghetti code for this game works. This one I am first water again. And we're missing somebody. Probably because of the reses and stuff, yeah. Actually no, it's... Not sure why we're missing somebody. Me and Blue. We also need the healer. The healer should have been over here, and... The machinist is first lightning, so it can't be the machinist. But this is still livable. I guess Eva just wasn't looking at what's going on or trying to like recover after the death. We died to sacking water. Come on, Twitch. Clean. It's good. Only got like 20 more minutes of footage, so we're almost there. I'm sorry if this is taking a little bit longer than usual, but I'm getting there. Just want to look like over all of it and give you guys as much review footage as we can for next week so we can hopefully get to Alexander Prime. Alexander Prime is a much simpler phase. I think it's a lot easier. As long as the tanks know how to invuln. A little close, but yeah, whatever. They get weird. Yeah, they get weird like that sometimes. First water again. Again, like that was 90% of my pulls tonight. I was first water. Easy peasy uptime. Explodes. Everybody topped up. The names come out. The pass. Again, melee, you guys get lucky you don't have a cross thing here, but melee need to... I don't know if that Nacy pass happens in time. Okay. Slow it down. The BJ tank should be like staying still the entire time, especially since they don't have freezing ice, or the ice mine right here. So... BJ tank should just be like staying here until they get their pass. I don't know if we're into like Mick has the pass in time. So the ice is not even up here because it got dropped on the CC tank this time. So you guys had, if I get, well, you're up here sometimes you're trying to like stay away from the ice. But you could just walk through the hitbox, and after you drop your Nacy off, just come stand down here. If you're up here, then it's highly likely, like you saw how big the lightning is, that you're gonna get hit by lightning later. Try and stay like in the center of the room behind the boss. Yeah, Mick takes lightning. I don't get it, it goes on Mick. So it's gonna be scuffed. Mick has to do my job at this point, and he has to go stand with CC tank after the tank healer tank pass. So at this point, the limit cut shield should be up behind me. Again, I need to be better out at this. This is something I'll work on next week. Also maleficing into it while I keep people topped up, because I'm not moving around for Nacy pass. And then during this, you gotta also look at your party list and identify who needs what buff. Like I need purple, so blue's right here. Have needs orange, CC tank needs orange. I needs blue as the BJ tank. And then who's the fourth? That was me, 2, 3. Who's the fourth that needs an Nacy pass to them? Eva needs green. You gotta like quickly look at it and identify if you're a DPS. You're not really dealing with a whole lot in this thing if you're not the fizz range, so like that's kind of like the one time during BJCC phase where you need to like kind of wake up a little bit and look at your party list and figure out what's going on, and then go back to rolling your face on your keyboard. Standing next to blue, limit cut shield is up behind me. Again, I should be helping Malefic it down because if you look right now, everybody's top and there's like not a whole lot of damage going out. I didn't even need to like put an aspected Helios route right there. Blue passes to me. Give healers priority, please. There, after, in between the tank healer pass, limit cut, and the third water and lightning set, you get the whirlwind, comes down. At this point, BJ tank, you can go ahead and like kind of shimmy over here if you want and start getting ready for BPOG. Most of the melee will like it because if you, at this point, it should just be the ranged up here. The melee, you're just going to follow BJ the entire time. They don't go into the water stack anyway. Most PF melee will love it if you just like come down here and drag him right there for BPOG, so they can just like stand in their BPOG spot and keep melee up time. You're going to have to burn Tree North because he's standing there with your flank pointing to them, but that's fine. Then yeah, because Mick took lightning from me and I wasn't paying attention. It goes off in the middle of the arena and kills. So again, melee, you guys gotta like come stand down here while the healer is standing up there getting ready to suck lightning. Like about the size of his hitbox, I would say. The little hitbox ring underneath him. This thing for BJ, lightning's about that big, and it's on the tank, so half of it goes out of the wall. So really, you're only dealing with half of it. So if you're standing behind him, kind of off to the western side of the arena, it should be safe every time. Look again. One of these is the one where I do the MLG Pro. Cut dodge. This one. I here? 6. Not this one, it's probably the next one. That's a good 1-2 bait. Again, we looked really good for most of the pulls tonight. There's some like weird things where Kai was dying and stuff like that I'm not sure what was going on there. Clean, everybody lives. Alright, let's see what happens here. Back up, talking it down. Everything's pretty standard so far. This one I am second water. So I do remember on this one, I remember this. I actually do my job this time because I'm like telling myself that I need to go stand there in this one. And even if it remind me, it sits here and gives me compressed water too. I'm the one that it passes to. Good Xenoblade music right now. Pass 2. Give the healers priority. I gotta like direct traffic and get through here to my spot and make it. Gotta keep the tanks up. I'm not sure what happens here. Looks like something with lightning. See what happens. Eva's lightning healer. Eva doesn't make it up here. Eva should be like up here by now. He's got his hands up and that's like whenever he puts his hands up it's like 2 to 3 seconds left. So Eva's probably not gonna make it up here. So Kai's gonna straight up die to one fellow stacking it. Yeah. So that's she 90% of the pulls, our positions were reversed, and those are just like the two, like that one and me also standing there when I'm not supposed to be standing there. We got like a couple more, like there's probably like 2 pulls left of footage, and then we're done. About an hour of review, it's not bad. Hopefully give people some stuff to look at and review and learn from for next week. And make it the one where I do the dodge. So I'm waiting for the 4th one in the center, and when it goes, I know that's gonna be like left right, like right there, so you can just come in, cut right there. You really want to break down like how I'm doing this. So they move clockwise every single time whenever they spawn in. Knowing that the 3rd one stops and drops one in the center for the 4th one, you can look at where they're gonna be. They're right there. So I know that they're right here and right here, so I know the next one's gonna be like here on this pizza slice to this pizza slice, and right here, clockwise rotating. So I know that after this one in the middle goes off, like as long as I stay kind of inside here a little bit, you can come up here and hook around behind it and come walk into it and make it. Again, this is something that you should never rely on this, don't rely on doing this, but you can save it if you're going to the wrong side is anything higher than 4. You do this. Middle explosion, step into it. I know that I gotta skew to this side. Yep, there it is. And I gotta cut in like I'm a 1. 2 pie slices worth of time. So step into it and make it. So that's how you save it. But again, don't rely on that. Go to the right side on the right location in the first place. Don't rely on trying to game the system like that. It is recoverable, but it's better not to even put yourself in that situation in the first place. But if you are like so off position, then you want to try and save it, then that's how you do it. But super, like, you gotta sprint, and you gotta, like, be sure on your timing for the hot blaster explosions, that you know where they're gonna be and when they're gonna be. So you can cut in as fast as you can. What's this? Oh, Mega Man. First water again. So again, I was this, like, the vast majority of the pulls tonight. Hopefully it doesn't translate to muscle memory on every pull. Hopefully I pay attention further prog. Pretty standard, enums, everything like that. DJ Tank has the ice, so again he's gonna drop, or Kai's gonna drop that there. After the pass, you guys kind of need to like stand off to the here so that I can come around to the side. Get into the position to soak the lightning. Pass. Again, you can walk through the hitbox if you want. Looks good. He puts his arms up, stay back there. I don't know why Duke went to that side. You could have just stayed back there. I think he was trying to hit flank, but at that point he flips himself. If he stayed back there, that would have been good. Like, we would have been 100% doing this mechanic properly. Like, he comes... For some reason he comes from right here to right here. Like, I don't need that much space. I'm just gonna cut, like, right here. So again, you, like, look at it. Look at the left right of his hitbox. Like, if you guys just stay anywhere on this side of the hitbox out here, as long as you're not in the ice puddle, maybe even slightly in if you want to, I should be more than able to come up here. And then after that, you guys just adjust. I do a quick, like, cut through the hitbox right here. I think it's a tank healer here, tank position, and you guys just come back in AFK DPS right here after you're an easy pass. Doing flare thrower. Yeah, I don't know why Duke like comes up and stands there. Duke comes up and takes lightning from me. Doesn't kill him, because he's got a little bit more health pool and armor as a samurai, but he would have to lose his uptime and go stand with the CC tank. EC pass happened. At this point I was working on the lip cut shield. Here's that whirlwind after. I don't have lightning and I don't realize it because I didn't catch it whenever it was like an actual attempt. I didn't catch that he like came up, snuck in from the side and stole that from me real quick, so I think I have water. I'm not paying attention to my lightning. Not paying attention to my debuffs. So at this point, if that didn't happen and Duke didn't kill people with lightning, pretty standard, pretty easy. You sit here, you wait for lightning and water 3 to go off. They get into position right here, the range and the healers that aren't dealing with lightning with the CC tank. At this point, yeah, you die. So after that point, lightning and water go off. I have purple, so I would have come and stood right here somewhere. Can't tell who has blue. Probably one of these two that just died had blue. Actually no, CC tank has blue. Standing right next to me. CC tank has blue. Duke would have needed blue, it looks like. Then orange would have been like right here. Green would have been like right here, center of the arena. BJ tank would have come and like drug him right here, and then waited for people to get into position before moving to their spot. And then after that, that's pretty much the phase. After that, it's a uptime 2-minute bursts. Usually happens right after BPOG resolves. Photon on the 2 tanks, so the tanks get dropped at 1 and have to be dropped up. And then during that, the fizz range has to come across the arena and bait super jump. And then stand to the side while Apocalyptic Ray is right here, so we would have all stood right here. And then at that point, it's just a race to kill him before he kills us with Enrage. Usually most groups kill him before, because he does back-to-back whirlwinds. Most people usually kill him after the first whirlwind if they're ahead on DPS. Usually skip the second whirlwind and you don't even see the Enrage, Eternal Darkness, I think it's called. Yeah, keep looking at it. The biggest repeat thing was melees taking lightning for some reason. and just AFK DPS down, back behind him, towards the center of the arena. Like, I'm not gonna walk near you guys if you're, like, on his hitbox towards the west side of the arena, or towards the western side a little bit. So that was the biggest repeat thing, like a couple of muscle memory things from me and Eva, because we got one roll the vast majority of the night and then it flipped us on a couple of them. I need to remember to hit Limit Cut Shield next week, and just like general healing and stuff like that. People not being in the... Oh, actually that's not... We didn't really die to straight up damage, we died to people not being in the stacks more than anything. Those are the things that we should probably like look over and review and make sure we're working on next week. So yeah, I'll post this for you guys to look over, and then I'll also put it on the YouTube with the playlist so you guys can like look at it in the future too. Alright, have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.